Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So I'm doing something a little bit different here today. I'm giving you all a quick look at how I edited this photo for Instagram. And the reason why I'm doing that, a couple of different things. First, I'm trying to put out at least one new video every week, but being honest, the workload is a little bit of a learning curve, and that's okay to be open and honest about. I'm being fairly ambitious with some of these new videos, so every once in a while, you might see something like this pop up, but that's simply because these quick ones afford me some more time to work on some of the larger projects. So if you see one of these, don't panic. It's probably a good sign that there's something pretty nifty around the corner. Second, this is a nice opportunity for me to talk, not just about my editing process, and I will get to that for this photo that you're seeing here in a second, but also to kind of talk openly, freely, in a nice, casual environment about maybe some updates or anything else that's happening that I think would be fun to share, casual conversation type stuff. The update, of course, with this video is that you can maybe expect to see these kinds of videos every once in a while. Last thing, I guess, I really like editing. I like it a lot. I'm obsessed about process. Most of you know that, but editing for me is like what got me so excited about process in the first place. Taking something, a bunch of something, maybe clips for a video, and throwing them together in a way that tells an interesting visual story in something like, Premiere, putting that up on a platform like YouTube and people that connect to that, with the finished product. I love that stuff. The discovery process for me is great, but what I'm not good at doing here is talking about it while I do it. I've tried making videos like that, I think maybe 4 or 5 times now, and they all fail. And that's because when I edit, when I really get into an edit, if I'm doing it right, I'll naturally just forget to keep providing commentary. And I think that's a good thing. I think that's focus. And idle action, I think, very rarely lends itself to growth and development. So I guess I'm not too mad about that. Growth is what I'm all about. So that's what I'm going to prioritize. I think that's it for the little rant, so let's just talk about this edit now. Early on, I'm sure you noticed that I yanked that balloon right out of the sky and placed it a little bit lower, maybe made it just a little bit bigger so that it could be more visible and just be snug instead of that nice, tall, Instagram-friendly 4x5 crop. I don't normally manipulate my photos in this way. Occasionally, I'll pop over to Photoshop and content-aware fill away some like sensor dust or something, but other than that, I like to challenge myself with getting as much good stuff in camera as I can. I don't like to mess with, faces either, that high school senior photo look. We all know the one. I think that's really unflattering, which is ironic because I think those edits are meant to make the photos look better, but I really consider that to be a disservice to the actual person. I just don't think that they're properly represented in the photo when people edit like that. Now, if you're commissioned to edit portraits in that style, that's a little bit different, but as the client, you're just going to get what you're going to get. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm getting off topic here. Anyways, what I also like to do when I'm editing, I'm sure that you've noticed here, is when I'm working on photos, I like to edit more than one from the same location or maybe the same day at once. So I'll dip in and out of a small collection, touching up some other shots, bouncing back and forth, and I do this for 2 reasons. I think that it can be helpful to have a fresh look at your edits in progress every once in a while. This is also a great technique in color grading with video, which is more or less the same thing, but you take a short break, you work on something else, you go back to it, and maybe you catch some extremes in the edit that you didn't notice before. You can reel those crazy choices in a little. And the second reason why I bounce around is because while I am editing shots, for Instagram in particular, I do have my grid in mind. Yes, I am one of those people. I like to have a balanced grid. So when people, jump over to my profile, it's very pleasing to look at. I don't know. I think it's nice. Let me know if you think I'm crazy. So I'll edit like 3 to 5 photos at a time that all kind of have the same look, and then I'll find a way to integrate them into my pre-existing grid, I guess. This photo with the balloon, I actually went back and adjusted the edit on 2 separate occasions. You'll notice that towards the end of the video here, so that it wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb on my existing grid. The colors weren't quite matching. I could have just waited for the grid to move along a bit, maybe find a better spot for those edits, and normally I do, but I needed the balloon photo to be the next photo that I posted on my grid so that I could post it alongside this video. So I needed to tweak it to make sure that that happened. So I guess that's kind of a quick look into the process for me here and kind of where my head is at when I'm working on these edits. There is, of course, lots of stuff that I didn't talk about. This was pretty quick, and I don't want this video to roll along forever. So I'll just kind of have to save some of that for other videos that I think that I'll make that are like this. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Make sure to leave a comment down below if you have any questions about any of this stuff. I'll be sure to answer them or address them on the next edit walkthrough. So that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.